Hello guys, my name is Aman Ahmed. I'm a legal intern at Lexington Company and I'm from Faculty of Law, Delhi University, third semester, pursuing 3 years law. Today the topic of this video is the provisions of emergency that are given in Constitution of India. So the emergency is a period of deprivation where all fundamental rights are taken away in our Indian Constitution except the Article 20 and 21. So these articles cannot be taken by by a emergency provision. So according to Black Law's dictionary, if you talk about emergency, is a situation which requires quick action and immediate notice. As such a situation causes a threat to life and property in the nation. It is a failure of the social system to deliver reasonable conditions of life. So there are three types of emergency basically that are given in Indian Constitution. Article 352 to 360 talks about emergency. There are three types. The power imposing all the three types of emergencies invested upon the President of India, or the concept of emergency was borrowed from the Constitution of Germany. So the grounds for proclamation of emergency can be many, but some are described in the Constitution, which are basically followed. So the national emergency, first ground is the national emergency. That is for national emergency, that is war. If a country is war with another country, then a national emergency under Article 352 can be imposed. Or when there is an external aggression, for example, when there was an external aggression by the Pakistan side, then national emergency was imposed. Or there is an armed rebellion within the India's internal political society. So if there is any armed rebellion, then national emergency under Article 352 can be imposed. So the next is state emergency. Though the state emergency is a ground of proclamation, and when there is a failure of constitution machinery of the state. In an emergency, when a governor of the state is satisfied that the state is not functioning in accordance with the constitution provision, he has to prove that why he thinks so. Then he may write this report to the President of India, and if the president is finally satisfied, then he has the ultimate power to improve, to put the state emergency under Article 356. This state emergency is also known as presidential rule, which is talked about basically. So after that, the president will become the executive head of the state, and the state government, which was the elected state government of that state, will be removed. For example, we have seen this happening many times in state of Jammu and Kashmir. So the last one is the financial emergency, which is given under Article 350. So the ground for proclamation of financial emergency is that when a state arises in a country which leads to a financial crisis in India, the President of India may impose emergency to tackle the situation. In this situation, the central authority may reduce the budget or cut the budget given to the state. Salaries of the government official may be deducted. Even the salaries of the higher officials like the judges and IAS and IPS officers are can be deducted. This emergency, it has an unfettered power. So fortunately, India has never seen the Article 360 or the financial emergency being imposed anytime, but presidential rule was seen many time, and emergency under Article 350. So if we specifically talk about national emergency that is given in Article 352, it deals with proclamation of emergency or national emergency. The President of India has the power to declare an emergency in the India or any part of India by making this proclamation under this section. So only if the presidency is satisfied that the grave emergency exists in India due to which there is a threat to the security of nation, he may declare this emergency on the ground of, as discussed already, the war, external aggression, and the armed rebellion. So the word to be noted is that armed rebellion was also substituted for internal disturbance by the 44th Constitutional Amendment 1978, because it was misused under the government. So it was basically changed by armed rebellion to internal disturbance to make it more precise and not ambiguous. That no that a government cannot use it later on with that much unfettered power and without a justifiable cause. So the next is state emergency to be talking, if we talk about it. So Article 356 deal with it, and the President of India has the power to proclaim a state emergency in a state when he receives the report from the governor of the particular state explaining the situation in the state government is such that the basic functions of the executive government of the legislature cannot be carried out, and the basic structure of the state has dwindled or fell upon. So the case of SR Bomai versus Union of India is a landmark case in this respect. which talks about imposing presidential rule and what should be kept in mind before imposing presidential rule in relation to state emergency. So judicial review of the presidential rule was also made possible by this case. While giving the judgment, the court depended on Sakaria's commission report of 1987 also. So the presidential rule can be judicially reviewed, and the president can becomes answerable only when the emergency is imposed in certain cases, which are like when there is a constitutional non-conformity by the state with the direction of the union. So if the union is giving a direct direction but the state is not complying with it, it becomes a ground. It becomes a ground for the failure of the constitution machinery, or when there is a political crisis in the state, like no elected government can form a majority, or even after coalition when there is no majority, so that can be counted as a political crisis, or when there is a internal subversion in the state. The last is the financial emergency. If we talk about it, so Article 366 deal with provisions of financial emergency, or financial emergency is imposed by the president when there is arises any situation which causes a financial threat to India or any part of the country. Financial emergency has never been imposed. Or however, in 1990, the possibility of financial emergency emerged, but the situation was controlled by the Indian government under Manmohan Singh, as I can remember. As in July 1991, the Reserve Bank of India pledged 46 tons of gold with the banks of England and Union Bank of Switzerland to raise 400 million. So that's how the economy was saved and financial emergency was not imposed upon. If we think about a financial emergency is a very put on very grave concern. So unless and until it is there can nothing can be done to treat this situation, only then financial emergency can become, because it acts like a filing for bankruptcy. So there is no coming back from this situation. And guys, before concluding this video, I want to talk about please remember this video does not violate any guidelines of Bar Council of India and does not solicit or promote any of the advertisement, and sole purpose is educational. And guys, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to see more of this content in future, and I'll be coming up with the next video soon. And please do provide a feedback to this video. Thank you.